Minecraft is a great game, but it has a big flaw in it, that being a lack of adventure. Now don't get me wrong, there's a lot of structures and different biomes to explore, but when you get to a certain point in the game where you have fully enchanted netherite armor, for the most part, going out and exploring proves to be futile. That is, other than a couple exceptions, that do make the game fun and exciting to explore no matter what stage of the game you are at. So if you stick around for the rest of the video, I will go in depth on why exploration isn't as fun as it could be, and how Minecraft can fix this flaw with mechanics that already exist in the game. To start this analysis, I want everybody to close their eyes as I paint everybody here a picture. It's however many years ago and you just loaded up your first Minecraft world. A sense of joy, yet curiosity overtakes you as you really don't know what to expect, but you venture on regardless. At this point, you probably either punched your first tree, found your first structure, or killed your first mob. You can open your eyes now, as that sense of nostalgia you hopefully just felt only became routine over time, but truly was something special when it first happened. Now when we go explore villages, nether fortresses, and even end cities, it can almost feel like a chore, as 90% of the time we know what to expect. And other than the mob drops, all the loot we plunder is loot we could have found or crafted in many other ways. Other than just feeling outright redundant, I believe the lack of adventure also demotivates people to play survival mode, because at a certain point it really does just start to feel like a slightly harder creative mode, but this fallacy can be reversed, and it all starts with what Mojang has already done right. I have a question for everyone here. How often do you stumble upon a froglet, sponge, or recovery compass? Probably not that often, and unless you dedicate hours and go out of your way to find them, you're out of luck at obtaining them. But that's a good thing, and here's why. For us to hoard these items, it requires us to pretty much go on an entire quest. For example, to get sponges, you first have to conquer an entire ocean monument and take out 3 mini bosses in the process. Best of all, you get miner's fatigue from the Elder Guardians, so you can't just tunnel your way into the sponge room without first battling all 3 guardians. This makes for a terrific adventure, and usually, even if I prepare water breathing potions, there are still numerous close calls or even deaths that happen, and it really becomes a 1 to 2 hour debacle for me. Most of the time because of the miner's fatigue, Elder Guardians, and just navigating the maze that is the Ocean Monument in general. The rigorous challenge of it makes battling the Ocean Monument, at least in my opinion, more fun than defeating the Ender Dragon. And remember, there is no other way to obtain sponges, so you have to face it at some point if you want to do any building underwater. You see how much work it took just to get one type of block? Now imagine there were 30 or 40 blocks like that, where you had to face some sort of obstacle or challenge. And especially with friends, just imagine the great memories you would form trying to get certain blocks. It would be awesome, and Mojang already has the blueprint to add more features like this into the game. To have a true adventure and yearn for exploration at any stage of the game, you have to provide stakes and risk in it. Otherwise, it's just a chore and not a true adventure. The good news is that Mojang has been adding many more unique blocks into the game that you can't craft and can only get at certain spots. For example, like previously mentioned, the frog lanterns and recovery compass, but also gilded blackstone, pigstup, and the snout banner at the bastion, the treasure map and heart of the sea and abandoned shipwrecks, and totems of undying from woodland mansions or raids. That's why I respect from Mojang. It seems like in the past couple of years, they've really been listening to the community and have been adding features that complement the exploration part of the game. And even though there's a lot of work to still do, in my opinion, exploration is probably already twice as good, if not more, than it was only 5 years previously. And to that, I applaud the whole Mojang team. As of right now, I still believe exploring and the overall adventure and survival worlds are the biggest flaw that plagues them. But with the way Mojang has been handling the game, it may only be a few more updates until something else is the biggest problem for Minecraft.